Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia. On the last episode, we went to Finmont, we met with Gaius, and tried to get some more information about Muse and where she's going and what we needed to get some answers from her. Well, we met her, and we fought her, and we still didn't get any answers. The only little clue that we got was we needed to go to the Nia Khera Hallowmount, which, well, is behind Nia Khera. Since the last episode, though, I've done some changes. I went ahead and I upgraded my shop and got better equipment like Tyrant's Fist and all this other stuff. I even got rare boots, which is honestly one of the stronger boots in the game. There's only like one more pair of boots that are stronger than rare boots. But yeah, I've got my characters pretty much all decked out as much as I can right now. But in today's episode, essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to the Nia Khera Hallowmount. Before we do that, I kind of wanted to show you guys what level my stuff is at. My item shop is 54, weapons like 65, 63, 65, 50. That's kind of where my levels are at for the item shop. But anyways, now with all that said and done, we need to head through Milla's shrine to the Nia Khera Hallowmount. So we need to actually fast travel, not to Nia Khera like you would think. We need to go to Milla's shrine. So without further ado, let's go here and find an entrance to hopefully this Hallowmount.
Hey, it's the little guy with the big mouth.
Ivar? What are you doing here? Did Gaius and Muse come this way? Is everything okay?
Not just them. Wingle headed to the Hallowmount as well. He also left me with a little message. Jude may come after us. Deal with him as you wish.
I was gonna let that guy off easy because he looks good in black, but now he's on my hit list.
So, Gaius abandoned you, huh?
I don't expect you to understand our circumstance, but please, we don't have time for this right now.
Silence!
Jude came here to finish what Milla started.
None of that matters anymore, understand?
What?
Jude, why did it always have to be you?
Everyone, go on ahead.
We will have to refuse.
Guys?
Ha! You can't even fight your own battles! You coward!
Jude just told you that we don't have time for this. That's right. He has something he needs to do. We all do.
If you would interfere with Jude, then you would interfere with us.
We will pass.
We'll see about that. We'll settle this once and for all.
This isn't necessary. Please, just let me through.
Oh, it's necessary, all right. The only thing I care about right now is defeating you.
Are you serious?
Oh, I am. I've never been more serious in my life.
And we are fighting Ivar. And not only that, we're fighting his pet, the Wyvern. The Wyvern is at level 50. He's weak to fire, but he's also really strong against wind. So you want to use your fire weapons against this guy. And of course, we have to fight Ivar himself for possibly the last time. He is the last obstacle in our way between us and the Hallowmount. He's level 50, and he's weak to wind. He's earth-based. He's an earth-based kind of user. But pretty much this kind of plays out like the last time you fought him, which was pretty long time ago, if you remember correctly. But the fact that he's got that gosh darn wyvern, that wyvern is really, really mean if you're not too careful. This boss fight can actually be really, really, really hard. The thing is, though, that happens with him is the fact that the wyverns can inflict poison on you and everything else. And I almost pulled off a Mystic Art there, but he kind of stopped me before I could do that. And I'm like, he's about ready to do his own Mystic Art. But pretty much what you have to do with him is just keep your distance. He's a very close range fighter. If you can try and stay your distance as much as you possible, he will juggle you like this. This fight is actually really freaking hard. And I'll say that right now. I've actually lost like 3 or 4 times before this recording. He's really tough. Honestly, like, the person you probably should get rid of first is Ivar. Ivar is probably your most annoying character you want to take care of first. The Wyvern's just there, but it will hurt you if you don't, pay attention. The Wyvern does do a lot of damage, but Ivar is pretty much your main target you want to kind of take care of. But one thing you need to be careful of with Ivar is he does, for when he's an over limit and how he activates his Mystic Art is that Crushing Eagle move. That Crushing Eagle art is his Arcane Eye, and that will activate his Mystic Art. But let's go ahead and defeat him. He's almost dead. Be careful of this. He also confuses you. Whenever you see your character confused, immediately stop what you're doing and use a Panacea bottle. The Panacea bottle will cure you. Like, you can just wait until Elise does Dispel, which gets rid of every status ailment every status ailment you can think of. Thing is, though, Jude was going straight for her, so I knew exactly he was going to attack Elise, so I wanted to make sure that was done before it got too messy. But also, you gotta be careful with Ivar's because he will stun you too with that Crushing Eagle move. But we've taken care of Ivar. So all we have left is this wyvern. Now, like I said before, the wyvern does do a lot of damage. It will come on swoop and like do a lot of damage to you, but be careful. Just pay attention where you're at. He's a big monster. He's easy to kind of just, knock him down and everything. Use your Mystic Arts, finish him off. It shouldn't be too hard once you've taken care of Ivar. The fight becomes a little bit more easier when one of them is gone. So that's pretty much how it is in all like fights where there's 2 of them. When there's 2 or more bosses in the fight, that's whenever the fight becomes a little bit more easier when one's defeated. I managed to actually confuse this guy. Like it really did anything though.
We finally won. Yeah, let's move on.
Damn it.
Jude?
It's nothing. Let's go.
But Ivar is finally out of our way. He is not stopping us from the Nia Khera Hallowmount. Now, in that fight, unfortunately, I didn't really show Ivar's Mystic Art. Well, luckily for you guys, I do have footage of it. This is Ivar's Mystic Art, and honestly, this Mystic Art is this really hurts. If he uses that Crushing Eagle, he comes over and uses Crushing Eagle, he will activate. It does a crap ton of damage and it's an area effect move. As you guys can see, it brought my health down to 1 HP really fast.
Why? Why do you always defeat me? I curse you! I'm the handmaid. I had a sacred duty to protect Lady Milla. I'm special! Special, I tell you!
Neither of us are special. Not yet anyway, Ivar.
What did you say?
But that doesn't mean that I don't want to learn how to be like them. Just like Milla and Gaius.
Someone like you will never be like them! You're the one who let Lady Milla die!
Ivar, you loved her too. If I really were special, then maybe I might have actually been able to save her. I'm sorry.
The Hallowmount is right beyond the shrine.
Ivar?
Go! Just go! Get out of my sight once and for all!
He got out of our sight first!
Ivar must have been tortured by all this.
We may have just given him some bitter medicine.
I hope you're right. I look forward to seeing how he acts the next time we meet him.
Who knows? There may not be a next time. Let's go.
Hey, wait a minute! What's that supposed to mean?
And with that, we are in Milla's shrine. Ivar did tell us the Hallowmount is behind the shrine.
But I don't see a path or anything.
Let's take a look inside the shrine.
Yeah, as you guys can tell, we have to look around the shrine in order to find the Hallowmount. First, we have a skit here. A Handmaid's Pride. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
Looks like Ivar's angry at me again.
It looked to me as though Ivar's anger was mostly with himself. I do believe you have won his approval.
I have?
Yes, but Ivar is a prideful man, and can ill endure the humiliation of defeat.
That's probably why I got that feeling he won't show up again.
You almost sound sad about that. Ivar has done nothing but yell at you.
I certainly didn't like that part. But if we could have done it in a civilized fashion, it would have been nice to sit down and talk for once.
I see.
Yeah. That is honestly the last time we'll see Ivar in the main story, at least. But anyways, if you look at this curtain behind here, there's a hidden doorway behind here. That leads you to the Nia Khera Hallowmount. That's exactly where we need to go. And welcome, guys, to the Nia Khera Hallowmount. You guys probably didn't know there was a dungeon right behind Milla's shrine.
It's starting to rain. Are you sure we want to keep going?
Yeah, it's dangerous, but we have to keep moving.
Now, this is kind of a scary place. When I first saw this kind of wasn't a very, nice spiritual place like, Nia Khera and all this other stuff was.
Tending to plants in their gardens while I'm climbing on them like some young buck. I honestly don't know who should envy who.
We have a rocky crag. That's exactly what this is. But right off the bat, there is an ivory treasure right here. And inside are angel wings, which is another accessory to put on your characters if you do so. If you do want to. But as you guys can see, this isn't a very nice and happy place. This is a very rocking, craggy, depressing little feeling place. And all this other stuff. But here, right off the bat, we have these flyers right here, which these guys are weak, I think, to water. And these horse enemies are really, really strong. You should be careful with these horse enemies. They're really quick, and they will, knock you around a lot of the time, as you guys saw with that horse enemy that was knocking me around. Now, what I have to do here, I'm trying to make sure that all my stuff is kind of set up. I don't know why I paused there. I think I was trying to heal because Rowan was kind of knocking down on health there. So
Maybe it's time for a black belt.
I've always liked that skit. But anyways, we already defeated them. Let's go on to the dark and depressing and rainy mood place. The thing is, though, about this place, I have to say, it kind of does set the tone for what's about to come next.
Stay alert, everyone.
Now we've got these tricks here. Gotta be careful of these guys, because these guys are a lot more stronger. They're pretty much thunder-based, and they will hurt a lot. They grab you, they're very bulky. Just be careful of these. I mean, at this point in the game, you should be around, I want to say mid-50s. So around 54, 55-ish. You should be around that level. But honestly, it's really nothing to worry about. These guys are going to be a little bit somewhat easy, alright, to you guys if you are at that level. But here we go. Inside this treasure chest is specifics. I had too many of them, so I had to discard them. So let's go ahead and go outside the rocky crag. And let's go ahead and climb up closer on the Nia Khera Hallowmount. Now, this dungeon isn't very long, I'm gonna say. It has a lot of nooks and crannies, as you guys can see. This nook and cranny right here has two treasure chests in here.
Now this is an adventure.
Advancing on all fours. Now this is an adventure. Inside here is a platinum guard, which is a very, very useful item, and more material and stuff like that. I'm actually kind of look at that platinum. yeah, it's a platinum guard is a lot stronger than what I had, so I went ahead and put that on. But as you guys can see, the Nia Khera Hallowmount has a lot of nooks and crannies that you can just go around and look for stuff. So just keep an eye open for little open slots like that when you're looking around. The Eye Freeze treasure in particular, and the last Eye Freeze treasure is in a nook and cranny, so you got to be careful of that. But if you come all the way down here, there's another treasure chest. Inside, more jet black feathers. We're doing very good on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The enemies here are kind of really strong, but honestly, at this point in the game, I'm going to say this, there's going to be a huge difficulty spike. But we'll get into more of that here in just a second.
Elise, find cover.
You witnessed the depths of my suffering, Lord Maxwell. And yet you never answer me. Why? 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 Why have you forsaken me?
You are a mighty spirit, and yet you are unable to think for yourself.
I will not let you reach Lord Maxwell. His defense is all I have left.
Foolish. No. Pitiful.
Was that them fighting?
It would seem we have witnessed but a fraction of Gaius's true strength.
Muse didn't seem in any condition to fight either.
Yes, but speculating on the matter will get us nowhere. We must hurry on.
It seems like we can find Maxwell here too.
Yeah, we're on the right path.
And, well, we see Gaius had to fight with Muse, and he's after her. First, we have a skit here. Muse adrift. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Muse seems to be getting crazier and crazier.
It isn't easy to lose the person who guides you. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You lose what little confidence you have in yourself.
Hey,
It'd just be easier to do nothing.
wouldn't that be okay?
I couldn't respect myself if I chose that path.
Like I said, this is kind of taking a very dark and terrible turn. The setting of this place, with it being rainy, and crag, and all this other stuff, it's really depressing.
Makes perfect.
Okay, demon fist, demon fist, demon fist.
I was referring to physical training.
Ah, right. Sorry.
I've never seen this skit before. I had to put this in. Like, literally, Rowan was saying, oh, practice makes you perfect. And then Jude was saying, alright, demon fist, demon fist, demon fist, demon fist. I think, if anything, I knew what they were kind of going for. But that kind of reminded me, it's just like, thinking of all the people who first play this game, who just spam demon fist over and over and over again. Kind of like me. But
You can do it, Rowan!
But honestly, this place is kind of, the setting is really perfect for the kind of mood that's going on in the game. It's very dark, gray, and depressing, and it's raining. It's very sad. We're about ready to see some very sad stuff. And anyways, I mean, we've already kind of experienced some sad stuff with, you know, Milla passing away and Alvin pretty much on his brink with depression of all this, losing himself, Jude losing himself, Muse's losing her, you know, mind because she can't answer Lord Maxwell, and all this other crazy stuff that's going on in the story. I think this place is kind of fitting with its tone and everything, and I love it because of that. But anyways, like, I'm just going around looking for stuff at this point. I still have yet to find the Eye Freeze treasure that's here, and we're almost towards the end here. And it's actually in that hole right there. Now that we speak of the devil. There's a platinum cloak in here for Elise. So we're doing really good, and we've actually... I love that title name. It's called Treasure Treasurer. If that's not repetitive, I don't know what is. But let's go ahead and equip that platinum cloak for Elise there, because that was really good equipment. So if we crawl in this nook and cranny, find a chest here. Inside is more food items, and what do you know? There's an Ivory's treasure right here. What's inside this Ivory's treasure is a dark seal. Gain 1.5 times experience at the cost of taking twice as damage. The wearer must participate in the entire battle. If you have somebody you're trying to level up as fast as you can, that might be the best option to go, but it's also very dangerous, so be careful of that. If you're playing on hard difficulty or, you know, everything else, that can be really, really hard. But we have another enemy here we haven't seen before. This is another harpy, kind of recolored skin and everything. But these guys, I think, are weak to earth, if I remember correctly. They're kind of wind-based look, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's kind of using wind-based attacks, so and Cerberus Strike did damage to him, like power hit damage to him. So I'm just assuming it's weak to earth, but that's pretty much it. That was the last, like, major enemy we'll be seeing in the dungeon. We're almost done with the dungeon, actually. I know it might seem like it's a very tough place. You'd think it would be a really big dungeon. No, it's actually kind of just really linear in a way. It just goes straight forward and whatnot. But anyways, if we come up here, we'll be right here at the summit. They give you the save album for a reason. And honestly, at this point in the game, you should be using the save album. I'm going to be saying this right now. I know we're going to be leveling up, but we're pretty much done for the rest of the episode here. I'm going to be warning you guys, at this point in the game, there's going to be a massive level spike. And I mean that. You should be in your mid-50s by now, like I am. You are going to be jumped up here soon. But in the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Xillia, is going to be a rather lengthy one with many boss fights. Like I said, if you are not prepared for this upcoming events that are going to happen right now, I really would suggest going back and grinding for a little bit. Because we're going to be doing at least 2 or 3 boss fights in a row. And one of the boss fights jumps up in difficulty. I'm going to say that right now. This is your warning. If you're playing along with me, this is your warning to kind of be prepared for this. But in the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Xillia, we are going to the summit of Nia Khera Hallowmount and hopefully find Maxwell and have him answer our questions that we have about Milla. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.